today's episode, we're asking what happens when you combine two reel-to-reel tape machines for spacey insanity delay things. Here we go. Today we're exploring the sonic options available if you have access to two tape machines and don't mind giving up the channels on your interface or your mixer. This is my third video on tape delay. If you're wondering what it is or how to make it happen, please check out my first video on tape delay. Link definitely below and somewhere on your screen right now. As some of you might know, this Tascam has only one effect out, and it is mono. So I needed a way to split one mono signal into two so I could get them going here. And that's why I acquired this Y cable, which is a mono to double mono splitter. As explained in previous videos on tape delay, we're not going back into the effects return. Rather, instead, each reel-to-reel machine gets its own channel on the mixer here. My guitar is going into channel 1, and then that effect's being sent and split to both of these machines. The big reel-to-reel is coming back on to channel 2, and the little reel-to-reel, the Uher Report Monitor 4000, is coming on channel 3. And then you're hearing my voice on channel 4. Okay, there are clearly going to be many possibilities, and I'll try to cover most of the basics. The big TIAC reel-to-reel has two speeds, 7.5 inches per second and 3.75 inches per second. The little Uher machine has four speeds, 7.5 inches per second, 3.75 inches per second, 1 7/8 inches per second, which is compact cassette speed, and 15/16 inches per second. That's really hard to say, but I did it. Yeah! You can already imagine combining the different speeds will produce some interesting results, let alone panning, EQ, feeding the machines back into themselves. I'm gonna go through every combination of speeds today. I might mess with the feedback and panning, and I'll make it obvious when and where I do that. Well, let's turn on these machines. Let's get them going. Okay, here we go, combining different speeds. I'm gonna start with the TIAC reel-to-reel at 7.5 inches per second, and the Uher machine at 3.75. Let's hear what that sounds like down the middle. Kind of weird. Really, it's like a double slap, because I've got no feedback. What happens when I pan them? That's the TIAC in your left ear and the Uher in your right ear, and I'll do it that way throughout the rest of the video. That's pretty weird, huh? Now let's throw in some feedback. All right, those are both really close together, so it's hard to discern. So let's take the Uher to 1 7/8 inches per second. Wow, you can really hear it. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Now we're starting to get the difference in time. Interesting. Let's add some feedback. Cool, let's slow the Uher machine down even more to 15/16 inches per second. Okay, the Uher is really slow now. Ha! Well, it's like a slap and then a long delay. Let's hear that with some feedback. let's slow down the TAC to 3.75 inches. And let's bring that UR back up to 1 7/8, like the cassette speed. Cool. Ha! I feel like this is close to David Bowie's Let's Dance. Bob Clearmountain did that on Nile Rodgers' part. Let's hear those. Let's hear that panned. Let's add feedback. Alright, let's hear the... This is a TAC at 3.75 inches per second and the UR at 15/16. I love how degraded, since the UR is going so slow, that final delay sounds like it's in the distance, doesn't it? There's no feedback right now. That's pretty cool. I kind of really like that. Let's check out it with some feedback. It's probably gonna get weird. Keep in mind, you know, that when I'm feeding back, each machine is getting the delay from the other machine in it. Cool. Now, just out of curiosity, what's going to happen if I set them to the same speed? Will there be a chorusing of some kind? I have no idea. We're exploring limitations here. Let's see what happens. Obviously, I have them hard panned. And you know what? You can hear the distance, the different distance between the playheads. Even though the machines are operating at the same speed. You know, let's see. You're hearing a slightly different speed in each ear. Let's feed them back a little bit, just for fun. That was them at 3.75 inches per second. Let's speed them up to 7.5 and see what that sounds like. Alright, they're both fast. It's like fast slapback, and there's, again, slightly different speeds. And this is just no feedback right now. Let's add feedback. I gotta stop the machine, it's gonna run out of tape. It's that simple. Well, not so simple, I suppose. The point of this channel isn't to fuel gear envy or gear acquisition syndrome. You don't need these things to make these sounds. I'm just hoping to inspire ways of thinking outside the box, or to work with what you have and to just really get in the details and the nitty-gritty, because it's not about the gear. It's not about the next thing that you don't have. What can you use that you currently have? How far can you take it? For all of you in the box DAW users, you have even more flexibility with this technique, and you have access to tape delay plugins that have Varispeed, so you can easily match tempo with songs. And that's sweet. If you have any questions about how to achieve this in the DAW, let me know. With that, as always, peace, and be good to each other. We're out like trout. Is that it? Nothing magical happened.